I was not aware of this kind of case competitions that the corporates conduct and different universities, colleges conduct. Uh, when I was entering B school, I was not aware of this kind of competition. Are not very much required. I would rather say that you can just think in your own line and just Google it. You just need to know how to research that thing rigorously. Whatever you have doubt with, you should research, uh, and for that you can use ChatGPT.
Hello and welcome to a brand new podcast of Skilled Sapiens, where you choose, grow, and evolve with us. I'm your host, Astha Singh, and today we have with us Sundar Bhattacharjee, a mechanical engineer who has graduated from, who has done his mechanical engineering, but he isn't just about gears and equations. Sundar has explored everything from drama to robotics. He has started his professional career working as a key account manager. Sundar has done his MBA in Business Analytics at SCMHRD Pune. Sundar was a national winner at Kotak Life Growth Manager Hiring Challenge Season 2. He was a national finalist at Coca-Cola Disrupt Season 3, a national semi-finalist at Wipro B Pro 3.0. He was a campus runner-up at Reliance TUP 8.0. He was also national runner-ups at IIM Lucknow, FMS Delhi, and NIBM Pune, and so on. But that's not all. He has also been a national finalist in more than 20 plus renowned B schools. And I think it's very safe to say that you are a champion of in the world of case studies. So, Sundar, let's hear it from you. How are you feeling?
Hi Astha, thank you, Skilled Sapiens, for this beautiful podcast. It's lovely sharing with the juniors how to ace case competitions. Uh, no doubt, in the second year, I started doing case competitions religiously, and I got success in many. But more than success, I would love to say that I've got many failures also. There are many case competitions which we couldn't crack at first, but I could ensure you this that when it starts coming, when success starts coming, it won't stop. So
Correct.
all the best for the next batch for acing the case competitions, and I would love to share my experiences in this.
Sure, sure. That is why we are here. So let's rewind a bit and let's discover when did you start doing case competitions and what drew you to the this specific challenge of case competition in your whole journey of MBA?
Uh, well, I was not aware of this kind of case competitions that the corporates conduct and different universities, colleges conduct. Uh, when I was entering B school, I was not aware of this kind of competitions, but later on, through my seniors, I saw many seniors winning and bagging good PPOs, uh, college offers through this case competitions. This motivated me to do case competitions, but in the beginning, I would say it was more of a FOMO situation which every B school student goes through when they enter the
Correct.
when they enter the B school. So many people do it religiously, and many people just do it just to submit. And sometimes the placement committee encourages us to submit different solutions in corporate level competitions.
Correct.
Uh, so in the second year, in my first year, uh, I used to do a few case competitions, but it was not that much of success in the beginning. Then suddenly I was the campus runners up in Reliance TUP 8.0. So after that, I got more motivated and started doing it more. And I also was interning in FedEx in the beginning of my second year. It was a 5 month internship, but thank God it was a work from home internship. So I got a chance to study about different case approaches and different case presentations, which I got from my seniors. And there are different materials which is available in LinkedIn, where many people give their expert advice in case competition. So I used to follow them a lot. Uh, then in the starting of August, September, we got into few of the semi-finals, finals, and from that our journey started. I was the national winner in Kotak Life uh, Growth Manager Hiring Challenge Season 2.
Oh,
So from this, I got the PPO, and I'll be joining Kotak Life next month.
nice.
Uh, so this is something which fascinated me that you don't have to sit for placements. You don't have to go through the rigorous process of,
Correct.
I mean, following the different processes and setting in the processes. It was a very rigorous task. I understood in my internship interviews only. So, no doubt, I didn't want to sit in those. So I thought that why not converting the summer internship or bagging a PPO through the case competition. So my internship was a 5 months internship, unlike any other internship. But it was a kind of a boon for me because I got the chance to bunk many classes and participate in case competitions. But no doubt, this was worth doing it. I mean, case competition is something which every B school student should target when they reach their second years to back PPOs.
Correct. Correct. That's completely true. And you did mention about certain resources like LinkedIn and everything. We will come back to that later in the podcast. But before that, you also mentioned the role of seniors and your teammates, right? How important are they to you?
So basically, SCMHRD has a very good, atmosphere of nurturing about case competitions, talking about case competitions. So when you hear from your seniors that they have got good PPOs to this competition, they also won many cash prizes. This is something which fascinates everyone. Yeah. So this is some P- uh, well for winning the case competition is a different ball game, but you
Correct.
should at least start trying. You will not get success in the beginning, but as you go on, you will learn what are the different frameworks to use, what are the different approaches to use. You will get ample amount of resources for this.
Correct. I think the first step is the hardest, and then everything happens and everything falls in place, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So my another question to you would be
So
that,
regarding seniors, I would say that seniors
yeah,
used to share with us different materials like presentations, then case books, and this kind of. They used to explain us what the case wants. For this,
wow.
we got a very good clarity of. So this kind of culture is there in SC So this helped us a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. So also please do share these kind of websites and resources with us. We'll also print that down in the comment section. So another question of mine is to you that you have an impressive track record, right? And you have secured top positions and honors at corporate and campus level both. So can you lay down the specific three skills? Let's talk about three specific skills that you think are preliminary for any person to back a good case competition and to, ace it.
Uh, if you say you need three specific skills, first I would say that you need to have a very good clarity of thought. So whatever the case wants, you have to think objectively, and you need to have you have to be democratic in listening to everyone's view in your team. What
Correct.
other things? You have to be open to perspectives. You have to know teamwork. And regarding this is the first skill which you need. And regarding this, I would say that work experience do matter, do help a lot in having that business clarity, in having that thinking what is feasible, what is not feasible by a company or not. So this already no doubt helped. And the second skill, I would say that it's kind of you need to have a good communication skill. Like you need not only verbal communication, but you need to know that how you can present your case solution in a good presentation format, where to place what is the psychology of reading any presentation, how the judges study a solution. So this is something which was we improve by doing and doing. It was no doubt a uh, very good experience that you learn different kind of data visualization techniques. You learn how to make a wireframe of any product in Figma, and this kind of skills you require. And the third major skill is something which is team. As I said, that it's a team. It's a team game. So you need to
Yeah.
delegate the task properly. Which team member will do the video part? Which team member will will work on the ideation part and the research part? And which team member will do the presentation part? So we need to divide the work specifically. And in this, you need a kind of a leadership spirit. All three need to be leaders actually in this. So we pushed each other a lot. We had a good team. They were my roommates only, and we started doing. We didn't do it in the first year. In the second year onwards, we teamed up, and it was a good team. No doubt, team building is a very important skill which is
Yes.
required in this case competitions. So majorly
Yeah, I
three
agree.
things.
I think case
Right?
competitions cannot be, you're correct. I think case competitions cannot be won just single-handedly. You do require a very nice team. And about the communication skills part, I think people very much confuse it with just English fluency. I think how properly you're able to articulate your thoughts and present it in a form of visual, and how you're able to, explain your idea to the judge, and how in a very layman language. That's, I think, very important in case studies, right?
Absolutely. In fact, in the first few rounds of the case studies, the presentations need to be very much dense and overcrowded with
Yeah, I
solutions
think just two
because you don't
slider
have
or
any
three
space.
slider.
Slider, yes. But as you go in the next rounds, it's a different ball game. You need to focus more on how you speak. What is your
Correct.
speech? You have to write the speeches. You have to write your pitch. So this is something you learn, and there are some business plan events also which I uh, participated in. So
Okay.
in that, you need to be very confident about your business idea. This kind of skills are very much required. How you tackle questions from the judges, and how you mold how you explain your teammates what could be the idea, how will the business go on, this kind of thing. And thankfully, I also got selected in Shark Tank, the this season
Oh,
Shark Tank campus round. But it was a business, it was in the ideation stage, so we didn't
okay.
proceed along with that. After this, I would say that presentation skills is very much important, and also interpersonal skills with your teammates.
Correct. Well, that Shark Tank part was new to me as well. So that's nice and impressive. So let's talk about the online resources that you were discussing about. There are many online resources that are available for case competitions and its preparation, right? So can you share a few go-to websites that you had whenever you got a certain case studies, and which database you kind of referred to? So what were your go-to sites, and which are also freely available to everybody, to our audience and to the juniors?
Well, you can say that Indian Brand Forum, IBF, this is one website where you get the overview of any kind of industry. You get a panorama
Okay.
view of the industry. And IBF is something which I referred, and then there are databases like Statista. You'll get good graphs from that. You'll get different data sets from that Statista. Then we had a Symbiosis library which used to give free access to Bloomberg reports and all.
Okay.
So these are not very much required. I would rather say that you can just think in your own line and just Google it. You just need to know how to research that thing rigorously. Whatever you have doubt with, you should research. Uh, and for that, you can use ChatGPT, you can use any kind of AI tools, but you have to know what to search for. In MBA, the main basic skill sets which is required is that you know what to search for. I mean, you cannot remember so many subjects
Correct.
after you pass out, but you must know the terminologies of the industry and what exactly that industry demands. You need to have an overview of any industry. So after you pass out, you just know what to search for in the internet.
Okay. So talking about rigorous research. Can you recall any situation with respect to a particular case competition where you started off with some kind of, you were confused and you did not know where to start from, but you initially, it was in the phase of like when you just started off with your case competitions, and at that moment, for example, there's a person who's just starting off, right? So what suggestions would you give to that person? What do you exactly mean by rigorous research? Can you just explain us better with the help of an example?
So basically, research means two types of research: primary research and secondary research.
Secondary
So
one, yeah.
primary research is something which you discuss with the industry experts, industry people, subject matter experts. So I used to leverage my LinkedIn contacts a lot for case competitions. When you reach the
Okay.
higher rounds, it's better to discuss with someone who is already in that industry, maybe someone from the same company who is conducting the guest competitions, or maybe someone from a competitor company. But speaking with some industry people is something very much needed, and you need to show some of the primary research in your presentations also. So this helps us a lot. And for regarding secondary research, as I said, like I was work as an example, I can say that in my Coca-Cola presentation, which was the grand finale, which I went for the grand finale, we worked on a smart factory concept, how Coca-Cola can make a factory of the future. And for that, you need to know the different ideas of industrial Internet of Things and all. So it was a kind of a technical thing. For that, I was into mechanical engineering, so I had learned different concepts of IoT and all. But you have to be open. You have to have an open mindset of learning anything for case competitions. You know how to research. You have to be expert in searching anything on the internet. So this is something very much needed.
Okay. So beyond researching the case competition and peculiarly the industry, do you have any specific tactics of familiarizing yourself with the different case formats and themes? Because each and every case competition is unique in its own way, right?
Right. So there are different formats, there are growth strategies, there are GTMs, go-to market strategies, then there are profitability problems, then you can say there are merger and acquisition case studies which come up. So different varieties of case studies come up. I would rather say that you can understand this kind of in different consulting books which are published by different IIT, IIMs annually. They give you the frameworks which are used in management, and you will get to learn all this while doing an MBA. And you need to be very much open-minded in learning everything out of your league. So this is something, yeah, and also thinking out of the box. You need to have a case solution which not none other no other team has thought of. So this is something you need to have an innovative bent of mind for this.
Yeah, correct. So, for like industry trends and articles that are published by different industries and companies, are there any go-to platforms for that as well? As you just mentioned about how do you do an intensive and comprehensive research about a particular industry, apart from the two things that you mentioned before.
Well, uh, can you repeat the question again? I-
Yeah, I was on mute, sorry. So yeah, you just answered the about the two websites that you particularly mentioned. But for example, we deal with different industries when we skip from one case competition to another. So you just mentioned about certain problems like profitability, the revenue is decreasing, or maybe there is some kind of expansion that the company wants to do. So how do you, even when you Google it, there are certain industries that you can't find a comprehensive review of it. So are there any other data sources apart from Google and apart from the two websites that you mentioned uh, before in the podcast, are there any other sites that people can go to?
Well, I used to get help from perplexity.ai. This is a platform, this is a website, this is a kind of a search GPT where you
Okay.
can search the different articles regarding any topic. You need to have to give a prompt, and that used to give the link of that article. It's more like a
Okay.
Bing search only, but Perplexity.ai is something which gives you the sources of the uh, answer. Basically,
Okay.
this used to help me a lot, and also uh, I used to sometimes there was certain information I need to go visit the college library for this. So
Mm-hmm.
college library offline, I mean, books are sometimes important in different concepts. There are different resources available in online libraries also. But mostly, I googled most of the things. There are no as such. But what I said that primarily the primary research was something which we have got many insights. It was very insightful. I mean, we used to talk with many top level people through our networks, and they used to give very good insights about any industry.
Got it. So I think that is how you leverage the networking, and that is how you get the first-hand experience from people, and that's the most important thing. Apart from articles and whatever has been published, even by the industry or company itself, right? That makes sense completely.
Absolutely, absolutely. In MBA, whatever you learn is mostly through connecting with different people, talking with professors, talking with your classmates, and these classmates bring different kind of experiences.
Perspectives
So you
also.
get to know about yes, perspective. You have to be very open to perspectives, others' perspective. You to listen to others. So this listening skills is very important, and that's it. I mean,
I think one thing that MBA teaches you is to how to get rid of rigidity of yourself and how to look beyond what you think.
absolutely, absolutely. You have to think out of the box. You have to go beyond your normal. You have to unlearn many things which you
Correct.
have learned in before. And also, MBA, in the main essence of MBA comes when you know that you have the confidence to present anything in front of judges. You know how to handle any pressure situation. You know how to take charge, take accountability. This kind of skill sets do come from when you do a case competitions.
Correct. And I feel that unlearning is even more difficult than learning. But that is how you put yourself out of the comfort zone. And that is what MBA is all about. So let's
Yes.
uh, let's move on to the next question. What would be your advice to aspiring case competition participants who are just starting?
Well, they I have found many juniors who are smarter than our team. So no doubt they will do a great. This culture is going up. This culture
Correct.
is no doubt spreading in all B schools. So um, I would say that just be conversant with different people in your batches amongst your seniors. They'll guide you the most in this case competitions. And there are different people in LinkedIn only. There are free sources available, free posts. They give links of different resources, which you need to be very vigilant about in LinkedIn. And for juniors, I would say it's a great journey. It's worth it. You need to know doing hardships. And we used to sleep for 2 3 hours in the month of September last year. This is because we had a different many case competitions in lineup. So
Yeah.
this hardship was required. Yes, and we burned the midnight oil for this.
I think one more problem that people face is that there's a kind of a time where all the, most of the renowned B schools start releasing their competitions. And there are back-to-back competitions that are lined up. There are quizzes, and then you have to present a PPT. So what like problems that juniors face is that they get through the quiz round and then they become very complacent. They don't submit the PPT in due time. And that's how the competition slips because there are almost 1000 people who are registered, out of which 500, move to the next round. And probably only half or maybe not even half of them submit the PPT. So how do you manage your time in that time, when there are so many, you already have some kind of commitments, prior commitments that you have for MBA. How do you manage your time in that point?
Well, you have to prioritize in the beginning of the second year only that whether you need to you want to offer after sitting to the final placement season, or you want through a case competition. So you need to prioritize those things, and obviously time management is required for this. You need to prioritize your case competition more than your committee works or any kind of other activities which you do in B school. But this, I would say, in the beginning of second year, just focus on the corporate level case competition, because the earlier you get a job offer, it's a peace of mind for you. After that, there are ample time available to participate in the different B school competitions in Unstop or any other platforms. Uh, and I used to basically I started again doing from December onwards just because of this Unstop awards which I got. I was All India rank 31 in this. Uh, but for this you need to collect the stars, and you get stars if you participate and be the national finalist, minimum national finalist
Yeah.
in competitions which have more than 250 registrations. So I would recommend students to check this.
Okay.
This is the criteria which Unstop has for nominating a star, and this when this star adds up and you get the rank. So this is a system which you'll get to learn in your second year only. This is something collect. I went to collect the award in Bengaluru. This was a great experience. Different
Amazing.
HRs come from different good companies. That's a good meet to have. It's a good meet for networking. So all B school students must aspire for getting into that Unstop uh, talent meet.
Okay. That's correct. Completely true. So, my final question to you, and that also happens to be my favorite one. So, we've discussed a lot about case studies, your MBA journey, and how things will be in your work life. Tell me something that you're really passionate about. Tell me something that you really love doing. What keeps you going?
Well, I'm a very adventurous kind of a guy. I love traveling, but when I'm at home, I love playing my violin. I love music. I started learning violin when I was a kid, so that is something which I still do. And I also love playing the table tennis. When I was in my hostel days for the last 2 years, table
Yeah.
tennis was something I used to play every day. And well, you should be very much passionate about whatever you're doing. I would say that whether be it your hobbies or your priorities.
Well, yeah, that's correct. I think that is the fuel to whatever you're doing, right? Passion is the fuel.
Passion, yes. Many I have seen many students, many classmates who didn't, as you said, didn't is to submit their case solutions after winning the quiz round. But it's more about your urge to win something, your urge to get the award. This is something which motivates you. So it cannot be taught to anyone. It's something that comes from within. And in B school, you get the FOMO. This FOMO is already created in B schools that winning a case competition is something very worth it. So everyone tries for it, no doubt.
So I think
You
two
should
attributes
try
that,
it.
yeah. So I think the two attributes that I would like to take out from this podcast is rigor and passion. And I am sure the audience will love this one. And it has been a great time having a conversation with you, and also a privilege to be talking to you that you devoted this time to enlighten us with your insights and your experience. Thank you, Sundar. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Astha. It was lovely attending this session of Skilled Sapiens, and I would love to connect with them through LinkedIn, with the students,
Sure.
with people who want help in this. And let's see. Thank you so much.
I think your LinkedIn is going to bombard with messages. So, all the best for that.
Sure, sure. I'm open to help.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, Sundar.